So me being me, I've not really talked all that much about GTA 5, and I've not actually done very much on videos either. I believe that in order to review a game, you need to take your time on a game, and make sure that you know what you're doing when you're reviewing this, because there's a lot of factors that you want to put into a review. You want to make sure that it's factual, and you want to make sure that it's interesting to listen to as well. And I've decided to do my review in a form of a podcast almost, and have video gameplay about things I'm talking about, and all that kind of good stuff. I've actually got some really nice microphone quality, and I've decided I'm going to make something out of that. I'm going to use it. So I've had a look at a lot of reviews, and I've noticed they're quite short. They don't explain too much about the game. They kind of lack there, and some certain people kind of want an in-depth review to look at to see, well, is the game worth it? I mean, sometimes the game itself isn't worth it, and they believe that they should just leave it, and that's a fair point. That's a very, very fair point. Today, the thing I want to talk about is the whole game. I want to talk about how technically better it is in all the original games, and even certain games like Max Payne, which basically runs on the same engine. And I want to talk about some of the similarities and things like that. I want to talk about gameplay wise, how it is to play, how useful things are in it. I want to talk about the mission quality, and just the soundtrack quality, how well laid out the story is, and a lot of key factors to make like that. Even though this is one of the best selling games currently, as of 2013 of release, pretty much, you need to make sure that you're buying a game that you're certain you want. These short and snappy reviews, that's fine and all, but they're giving away too vague an explanation. I believe in always giving you the full the full kind of explanation on it, and that's what I'm going to give you today. So, GTA 5. Well, this game is probably one of the best games to date. It's revolutionary in how it works, and the technology in it is actually a lot more advanced than what I was going to be expecting. Somehow they've managed to get really good view distances. This is one key factor. The hardware, the Xbox and the PlayStation are about 6-7 years old. Okay, the PlayStation being a little bit younger than the Xbox, of course. This hardware is really old, and the amount of details they managed to get into this game is quite staggering. I've never seen that much detail in a console game before, because I've not really played console games all that much anymore. And the anti-aliasing isn't a big problem. It's actually not that bad. There's only a few slight bits, and that's it, really. I thought this game was going to be a lot more worse off. Now, that is just one thing. Another key factor is to talk about how the technology is actually a lot better in GTA 5 than it is in GTA 4. And also it's notable that a lot of the fighting mechanics in the game is taken from Max Payne. So, for example, the cover systems are taken from Max Payne. I think the bullet time from Michael's actually taken from Max Payne as well. That doesn't mean it's just a copy-paste game. It's kind of worked a little bit better. It's kind of more like a refined cover system than even in Max Payne. And it works a little bit better than in Max Payne, I believe, in my, and just my beliefs. The game itself is extremely fun to play. The cars are actually a lot nicer to drive now. They feel more realistic to a car. The way they turn and things like that is much better. I really enjoy it. The cars, they feel like a car from a racing game. That's an important fact, I think. You need to have a good experience when playing, but you also want to have all these things kind of worked out. Okay, so that's fair enough. The gameplay is amazing in it. That's one thing. But what is the missions like? Now, we all know in GTA history, some of the missions seem to be a little bit repetitive. A lot of the missions being in GTA 4. They all felt the same. Nico do this, Nico do that. Somehow, in GTA 5, they've managed to really dynamically change it. It's just amazing how well it's done. It's really diverse. I think that's a great way to explain it. The game itself is really diverse in missions. For example, you'll be doing different types of heists, yes, but the way they're done is different. You need to get certain things for it, but that's the only thing that kind of keeps going the same. You'll need to go get items for certain things, certain heists, and that's perfectly fine. It even adds a little bit more fun depending on what you need to do and what way you've picked to do things. I mean, you're going to see a little bit of a difference if you play it yourself, if you're going to get this game after probably listening to this review, which is, well, this makes me feel good. Basically, the game itself has really well put missions. The storyline is really nicely put, and we've got some great actors playing Trevor, Franklin, and Michael, and all the other characters as well. They really have a realistic feel, and they feel like real characters, real actors. Like, they feel really well done. Some of the best acting I've seen in game for a long time. And that's just natural with Rockstar. They've got a really high quality for game making, and they really make sure that the actors are up to standard and all that kind of stuff. That's what I love about Rockstar. So it does really bring you in. I've played this game hours and hours and hours, and I'm still playing it. And I find the game so enjoyable. It is just one of those things that you need to get and play. Even if you don't like GTA, you'll even notice that the technology seen in certain gameplays are a lot nicer than some of the other gameplays I've seen. It's really just amazing. The Rage engine is really fully refined, I believe now. They've gotten to a stage where it's perfect, they've got it down. What I believe is when GTA 4 was getting made, it's a brand new engine, so they're still learning the ropes of the engine, and I believe they just managed to get it. And when, like the things like Ballad of Gay Tony came out, they added new features. When they started to learn how to work the engine a little bit better, that's when I believe that they've gotten things down a little bit better now. Well, it really is an amazing game. I mean, the amount of detail they've put into it, even when you're free rolling, I'm only 80% into the game now, so tons of hobbies and things to do. You've also got Strangers and Freaks, which is actually it feels like another storyline in itself. I'm not giving away the storyline, but it's a lot about heists and things, and it is really, really enjoyable. The experience is really enjoyable in the game, and it's one of the best experiences I've ever had in a game. It's definitely a game to go and pick up and play. It's one of these games that you need to get. It's, you don't need to get it. I think it's personally really good. Now, with all that kind of awesome stuff, there are bugs in the game as of right now. I've noticed a slight few texture popping in the Xbox version. There are a few things that they don't detract too much from the game. I'll just put it that way. The only thing that may annoy you is currently right now, if you were to put cars in a garage in your game, you will lose them for some reason. It's just a glitch. Rockstar are really working the hours to put it in, and even they really paid a lot of attention to this game, and I can't wait for GT Online. I'm just gonna give this game a straight 10 out of 10. There are a few problems, but these are fixable problems. There's no... Okay, I'll tell you this thing. The storyline, I just thought about this here. The storyline in GTA was so good, I didn't even want to stop playing my Xbox. However, it's actually a lot more comparable to the games like Max Payne. Max Payne kind of felt irritating at points and made me want to stop playing the game. This is really good thumbs up for GTA really, and a thumbs up for Rockstar to show that they're really making great missions. Even at points, one of my favourite games of all time is Assassin's Creed. I felt like I just wanted to stop playing the game because I'm kind of getting bored of the storyline. So I think Rockstar North have done a really good job of making a great feeling, just an overall great feeling game. And even when you finish the game, you still get a great feeling, just depending what you've done really. So yeah, that's it. 10 out of 10. What more is there? It's a thumbs up for me. So, reviews. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you thought maybe it was a little bit too long, maybe it was going and babbling on a little bit too much, please leave a comment down below. That's my first review ever. If you've enjoyed this review, I want to say thank you very much, because it means a lot to me. Anyway guys, that's all we have time today for. The next review is hopefully going to be GTA Online. GTA Online is going to be one of the most awesome online experiences ever, I think. But we'll have to wait and see. Also, I believe the servers are going to go down on the first day, just because the amount of people are going to play it. Anyhow, I'm babbling on now. Let's stop this. Thank you for listening, guys. Have a good